Welcome to 30-Second Chances, where we ask deep, contemplative questions and provide far too little time to formulate thoughtful, reflective answers. My guest today is Karl Winkler, VP of Sales and Marketing at Lectrosonics. How are you,
How's
Karl?
it going? I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Great. Good to have you. Okay, you know the drill. 30 seconds on the clock and then on to the next question. Are you ready?
I guess I'm as ready as I'm going to be.
All right. Question number 1. How would you describe your job to a 5-year-old?
To a 5-year-old, I would say I work with our people here to develop new toys and then find places to sell those toys and work with the people selling them to make sure that they know what our toys do, so potential customers will be able to choose them properly.
Toys, huh?
That's kind of what we make, isn't it? I mean, in some way or another.
I like it. Okay, and under the buzzer, too. Question 2. With the recent surge in online performances, what are the best and worst aspects of those that you've noticed?
The best aspect of that, I must say, is people's creativity and coming up with, first of all, maybe what to record and how to record it. And I've seen just about anything and everything. Being a classical musician, I see a lot of that kind of stuff, but I've seen some pop stuff as well. And so that's been blowing me away. I would say maybe the worst aspect of it is that it has tended to get old as there's more and more of it. It kind of reached its peak, within maybe 4 or 6 weeks after the whole shutdown. And then maybe the material
Question number 3.
All right, go ahead.
As we move to a more immersive environment online, what are the biggest challenges for systems designers and product designers?
Well, usability. So there's a lot of challenges with any complex software to do kind of what we're doing, and we're seeing some examples of that. But also, just having a common enough platform so that these systems talk to each other. And then there's hardware all over the place and software all over the place. So we're going to need to see some convergence, I think, for this to really get more standardized.
Under the wire. Question 4. If you could have one weird or semi-useless superpower, what would it be and why?
I would love to have a superpower that would allow me to convince people of something based on facts and maybe how it would benefit them rather than their own preconceived ideas.
So, Logic Man.
Logic Man. There we go.
That sounds incredibly useful and incredibly boring at the same time.
Yeah, there's a boring aspect to it. Yeah.
Next question. If you were in charge of education and you had to recommend one book, one album, and one movie for the national curriculum, what would they be?
Boy, that's a tough one. One album, I'll start there. I mean, Sgt. Pepper's is a great place to start because it's just got so much in it. There's so many different types of songs and material and how complex it is and how creatively it was done. That'd be a good starting point. Books. I would say there's so many books, but
Next
Siddhartha?
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you could get a do-over on just one event in your life, what would it be?
For the most part, I don't have a lot of regrets about decisions in my life, but I don't know. That's a tough one. I think the decisions I've made have worked out well. I wouldn't call myself rich, but I'm certainly fortunate. Met a lot of great people along the way. I can't think of anything I'd want to do differently, honestly.
That's a great answer. I like that. Okay.
The truth.
I'm going to put 30 seconds more on the clock. I'm going to allow you to either answer for me a question you wish I had asked you, or shamelessly plug something of your own, or even just ask me a question. Go.
Okay. Well, maybe a question I wish you'd asked, how did I get into this business? Or, what was my first gig? And I know those are two separate questions, but I started out as a musician and became interested in sound, I think because I was attracted to the technology. Microphones have always fascinated me. And so by the time I was maybe a sophomore in college, I was already starting to consider going into sound. And someone hired me to record their guitar recital. And so that was a lot of fun.
That concludes our game. Thank you so much for being our guest.
Wow. Yeah. 30 seconds isn't much.
It's really not.
But makes you, that's a challenge. Yeah, I can feel parts of my brain trying to engage, and it's interesting. Good stuff. Yeah, that's fun.
Yes. Well, thanks for being our guest. It's been a pleasure having you.
Great to
Brief
be on.
but fun.
Yes, no question.